Japan provides further relief support to Ukraine. The Japanese government has donated a further $14 million to the United Nations World Food Programme, or WFP, to supply food assistance to the Ukrainian people. This substantial aid comes at a crucial time when vulnerable families are under pressure to find enough to eat. The funding will allow WFP to increase urgently needed life-saving assistance to people trapped in volatile areas and give food rations to 100,000 people sheltering in the south of Ukraine. In addition, 10,000 Ukrainian refugees and asylum seekers in Moldova can receive food vouchers for hot meals at designated facilities. The government of Japan has now donated $28 million to the humanitarian catastrophe in Ukraine. Japan is a Shining World Leadership Awards for Compassion, Generosity, and Animal Protection laureate. Our many thanks, Japan, for your gracious generosity and to the ever-helping WFP. May the Ukrainian people soon reclaim their land and lives as peace reigns supreme in God's love.
Research cautions antibiotic-resistant superbugs could kill 10 million people per year by 2050. In a new study, experts warn that compared to global fatality rate of at least 700,000 per year, the number of human lives lost to antibiotic-resistant superbugs annually is expected to soar to extremely disturbing 10 million by 2050. According to the analysis, drugs become ineffective when they are used too frequently, as a pathogen could acquire resistance through mutations. In particular, the research highlights that large numbers of animal persons living under crowded and filthy conditions in intensive animal-people factories could create reservoirs of drug resistance and disease transmission. The paper's co-author, Dr. Christopher Murray from the University of Washington in the United States, warned that given the wide-scale use of antibiotics in the animal-people livestock industry, there is a real risk of superbugs spreading from animals to humans, leading to another global pandemic. Our gratefulness for the important study, Dr. Christopher Murray, and all scientists involved. To avoid unthinkable suffering caused by zoonotic diseases, may humanity urgently transition to a wholesome vegan lifestyle in heaven's brilliance.
Nigerian engineer builds electric buses to help reduce transportation costs. Mustafa Abubakar Gajibo from the Nigerian state of Borno has been building electric buses to help the nation deal with rising fuel costs and shortages, and also to help protect the environment. Mr. Gajibo first started out by electrifying a motorized tricycle in 2017 and has so far completed 50 tricycles and 10 minibuses. The buses can carry 12 people, have air conditioning, and can travel 200 kilometers on one charge. Way to go, Mustafa Abubakar Gajibo, on your intelligent new business to reduce the cost of transport in your nation while helping to keep the air clean. In the love of the divine, may the switch to a green vegan future soon be complete as we protect the planet, animal people, and each other.
Barcelona to implement smoking ban on beaches in July this year. The Spanish city made the decision after trialing smoking bans on 4 of its beaches last year. The new law will give beachgoers a cleaner environment free of unsightly toxic cigarette butts and hazardous second-hand smoke. According to the environmental organization, a greener future, 4.5 trillion cigarette filters are carelessly discarded each year. Vast numbers end up in water bodies where they release pollutants such as arsenic, lead, and nicotine. According to an NBC News report, waste of all sorts has sadly been found in 70% of seabird people and 30% of sea turtle people, with just one bud enough to kill a fish person if swallowed. The Canary and Balearic Island, Mallorca, Andalusia, Galicia, and Valencia have also chosen bans or partial bans on their beaches. That's fantastic news, Barcelona. We look forward to all beaches imposing this rule to follow your wise example in the care of the Providence.
Nobel Prize winner donates prize money to underprivileged students in Scotland wanting to attend university. Dr. David Macmillan, a professor at Princeton University in the USA who was born and educated in Scotland, is the co-recipient with Dr. Benjamin Lees of the 2021 Nobel Prize for Chemistry for their work on building molecules that are mirror images of one another. Dr. Macmillan is donating his approximately $500,000 share of the prize money plus any earnings from talks he gives during the year to financially disadvantaged Scottish students seeking a university education. This will be facilitated through the May and Billy Macmillan Foundation, a charity he set up in honor of his parents. Our hats off to you, Professor David Macmillan. Your life is a shining example of service to humanity for the betterment of all. We look forward to the many accomplishments the students your foundation will support will bring to our world in the gentle magnificence of the divine.
Fortunate Parisian offered a delicious alternative to meat burgers. Renowned Michelin star chef Alain Ducasse has opened a pop-up kiosk in Paris, operating until June 30, 2022, named Burgal, which is a combination of the words burger and vegetal, to serve his delectable vegan burgers. Chef Ducasse wants to steer away from faux meat. The delectable burger, described as the burger with inner beauty, features a patty made of lentils, zucchini, quinoa, and more, and comes on a delicious burger roll garnished with vegan eggplant, caviar, pickles, and spicy vegan mayonnaise. This may be accompanied with vegetable or chickpea chips and a vegan chocolate mousse for dessert. Mr. Ducasse operates 80 eateries, and if the vegan burger is successful, will consider adding it to the menu of his other restaurants. Thank you for your healthy vegan creation, Chef Alain Ducasse. In celestial vibrancy, may all restaurants transition to become plant-based eateries for a flourishing world.
Blind donkey person inspires kids' book with sales benefiting a sanctuary. When Mavis Armstrong heard a girl tell the tale of Sam, a blind donkey person living in a haven on the Sunshine Coast in Australia, the 75-year young woman became inspired to tell Sam's story. She wrote the children's book, Sam the Blind Donkey, which was subsequently published. Sam, along with his best friend and seeing-eye donkey person Jack, are living in the happily ever after sanctuary. The author, who has visited the site and met Sam and Jack, will donate all money derived from selling the book about Sam to rebuild the sanctuary. Bravo, Miss Mavis Armstrong! May your story encourage many kids to feel deep adoration for animal people. We love you, beautiful Sam and Jack. In heaven's benevolence, may our world become vegan and attain absolute peace for our next generations to live on a beautiful planet.